Hello, everybody. My name is Caleb, and you're watching Live for Love TV. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Like, share, subscribe to Live for Love TV.
Welcome back to Live for Love TV. Today is the 12th day of the 6th month of the 23rd year inside the 21st century. Hope everyone's doing well out there. I'm just, doing a quick video to celebrate Djokovic's 23rd Grand Slam victory, which now takes him ahead of all other people in history that has ever won the Grand Slam, 23 times. Now, those of you who have been on Live for Love TV for quite a while will know that I've done about 3 to 4 videos on Djokovic on different reasons. And it's not really about how many championships he's won, but more his state of mind and his character. Why do I do things about Djokovic? Why am I doing another one? Is because the state of mind and the behavior of Djokovic is what I've always tried to promote on Live for Love TV. To get people to a point where you are responsible for what happens in your life. To a point where, as he said yesterday, where you're living in the now. You're not putting yourself in the future. You're not thinking about the past, but you're just 100% in the now, doing what you can do and letting the universe take its course. This is what he said yesterday. This is what Live for Love TV has been about since inception and will continue to be about. Now, he's won 23 Grand Slams. He's won it in an era where there's 2 other men who have won 20 at least. So could you imagine if they weren't around, he'd have probably won 40 or 50. And the same could be said for them as well if he wasn't around. But he was recently deported from Australia, I think last year, and he wasn't allowed into the US. So there's a good chance he could have had 25 right now. I'm not sure if it was 2 USs or 1 US that he was stopped from attending, but he could at least have 25, maybe even 26 right now, if this hadn't happened. But I want people to go back at some of the old Djokovic videos that I talked about and see why I held him as my favorite tennis player of all time, long before he got this record. I always said Federer was the smoothest. I love watching him. I love the work ethic of Nadal. But Djokovic, to me, he's one of those, he's like the Bob Marley of tennis. What he gives you, you can take to any other place, any other thing. It's not just he's good at tennis, his mental fortitude and strength. If you take that to anything, business, anywhere in the world, you'll be successful as far as I'm concerned. And that's why I think about him more than the other tennis players, and probably more than any other sports person currently that I can think of. Now, I was really excited to see him win and to realize the age he's doing it at. I mean, he's more than a big brother to the people he's beating. Maybe some of these people, if he started young enough, could even be their father. That's how much he's still able to compete with these people. He hasn't got much longer left, let's be honest. We can see that his body is not holding up as well as it was. His physical strength for 5 sets is going to eventually start to dissipate, and eventually he will be broken down and he'll have to step aside. That's just the nature of the game. And people are saying that nobody else will ever get to 23. I don't agree. I think it's very possible that if somebody comes up with the sort of ability that Djokovic had, Nadal had, or Federer had, and they're young enough in their teens, maybe just coming to 20, and they're not in an era with so many good players, they could easily pass that 23. So I don't think it's the end of the road by any stretch. I'm sure it's probably the end of the road for me being able to live long enough to see somebody pass 23 Grand Slams. But I don't think it's part of it's part of our imagination that it couldn't happen. It doesn't boggle the mind it could happen, because we saw with Steffi Graf, she didn't last very long in tennis, and she has a bag of Grand Slams because she dominated her era. So if you have a period where you can dominate like Steffi Graf in the males, then you can probably beat what Djokovic has done today. But I think people should, as I said, Live for Love TV, I can point to people throughout history, even in the present, that I would like the people who listen to me to actually take a leaf out of their book, because they are just that little bit different. They are that little bit different. They're the same in the makeup, human beings, in the heart, soul, kidney, and everything. But when it comes to mental fortitude and mental ability and how they see things and the things that they accept and the things that they accept that they can change, that's where the difference is with those people. And I think we should try and focus on these people like Djokovic, give them their due here and now. Not because he won 23. I gave him his due long before that. because I could see what he was and what kind of character he was. The way he stood up to the authorities when they tried to break him down so that he couldn't play tennis. He may never have ever played tennis again when we had this so-called crisis a few years ago and they started banning him. We saw that with Muhammad Ali when it came to his heavyweight championship in the 60s and the Vietnam War. He may never ever have been able to box again, but these people are so mentally strong and so believe in what they believe in that they're able to overcome the powers of governments and still become great sporting heroes and icons. Take care. See you soon. Live for Love TV.
People, one step